Hello everyone, my name is Nikita and I'm from the Bodhi Academy. Today we are going to see the last part of the chapter from 9th standard science textbook, that is structure of atom. Okay, we have already seen some of the concepts and today we are going to deal with the last concept. So in the last concept, majorly we are going to study what is the atomic mass. We have studied what is there inside the atom. Okay, now we have to see what is the mass of an atom, that is atomic mass, then what is the atomic number, okay, and based upon these two criteria, what are the two major concepts, what are the two different types of elements that we find in the nature. Okay, so in the first we have to see what is atomic number. Okay, now when we talk about atomic number, we have to remember that we studied what is there inside the atom. So to revise, I will just mention what is there inside the atom. So we know that atom, inside the atom, in the center there is the nucleus. Okay, there is the nucleus, and inside the nucleus we have two things. First is the positively charged proton, and the next thing which we have is the neutral neutrons. Okay, now outside the nucleus we have electrons revolving around the nucleus in circular path or orbits, okay, of discrete energy levels. Now how many protons are there? How many protons are there? Okay, we know that the protons are present inside the nucleus. It is the number of protons of an atom which determines the atomic number. Okay, it is denoted by the letter Z. All the atoms of an element have the same atomic number Z. In fact, elements are defined by the number of protons they possess. For hydrogen, Z is 1 because in hydrogen atom only one proton is present in the nucleus. Similarly, for carbon, Z equals to 6. Therefore, atomic number is defined as the number of protons present inside the nucleus. Okay, so how many protons are present? The number of protons may be 1, 2, 3, etc. This tell the atomic number. Atomic number of an atom of an element. Okay, and all the atoms of an element have the same atomic number. Okay, so for carbon the atomic number is 6. Okay, now this atomic number symbol is given by the alphabet Z. Okay, Z is the atomic number of an atom of an element. For hydrogen, the atomic number is 1. This means that there is only one proton inside the nucleus. For carbon, the atomic number is 6, so Z is equals to 6, means number of protons present inside the carbon is 6. The nucleus inside of the carbon atom is 6. So that is the atomic number. Now the next concept which we have to see is the mass number. Mass number, in the last video I had already mentioned what is mass number. Okay, it is all the entities which are present inside the nucleus, and what is present inside the nucleus is the protons and neutrons. So sum of the masses of the protons and neutrons is the atomic mass. Okay, now after studying the properties of subatomic particles of an atom, we can conclude that the mass of an atom is due to its protons and neutrons alone, because electrons which are revolving around the nucleus have negligible mass. So what is present inside the nucleus is the whole mass of the atom, and that is given by the protons and neutrons. Therefore, the term used together for the protons and neutrons is called as the nucleons, because both are present inside the nucleus. Okay, now for example, the mass of Carbon is 12 units because it has 6 protons and 6 neutrons. So atomic mass is given by the sum of protons and neutrons. Okay, so if there are 6 protons and 6 neutrons, then the atomic mass is 12. This is for carbon element. Okay. Similarly, aluminium is 27, 13 protons and 14 neutrons. The mass number is defined as the sum of the total number of protons and neutrons present in the nucleus of an atom. Okay. In the notation for an atom, the atomic number, mass number and the symbol of the element. Now we have the atomic number, we have the mass number. Okay, two things we have to look for in an element and look for in an atom of an element. Okay, third thing which we need to know is the symbol of an element. Okay, the symbols are very important. Okay, for example, hydrogen symbol is H, helium He, lithium Le, beryllium Be, boron B. Okay, so all these symbols are important. So once you know these three things, we have a notation to write. That is, symbol of an element is written in capit in the given however it is there. Then the mass number is written on top as a superscript. Okay, and the atomic number is written at the bottom as a subscript. Okay, for example, nitrogen. Nitrogen has an atomic number of 7 and mass number 14. So it is written like this. Now carbon. Carbon has an atomic number 6 and mass number 12. Okay. Oxygen has atomic number 8 and atomic number 8 and mass number 16. So this is how you write the this is the correct way of writing the elements notation. Okay. So the questions over here will be define atomic mass, define atomic number and write the notation of a particular element. Directly they will give you write the notation of a element sodium. So what the most important thing is to remember their symbols as well as the number of protons and neutrons. Means you have to remember the mass number and atomic number. At least of this, okay, from this table we have to remember all the symbols, the atomic number and mass number in exam point of view. Okay. Now the next concept which we have to study is isotope. Now we know that a particular atom has atomic number and mass number, but there are some atoms of elements which have been identified which differ in the atomic number, okay, which differ in the mass number. They have the same atomic number but they have different mass numbers. Okay, for example, like they have the same atomic number but different mass number. So where will be the difference? See, we know that protons mass number is given by the letter M. Okay, they have same atomic number. We know that atomic number is given by protons and mass number is given by protons plus neutrons, right? So now in these elements, in these atoms, the atomic number is the same, but what is different is the mass number. Means P is the same and what is different is the mass number. So what is it which is making the mass number different? It is the number of neutrons. So number of neutrons can differ in the atoms, okay, in some atoms of the same element. For example, now element hydrogen, okay, it has 3 types of atoms which have the same atomic number but different mass numbers, okay, and such type of atoms are called as isotopes. For example, hydrogen have 3 atomic species: protium, deuterium and tritium. Okay, so for protium that mass number is 1, for tritium the mass number is 2, and for deuterium the mass number is 2, for tritium the mass number is 3, but all have the same atomic number, that is 1 1 1, means the number of protons is 1 in this, the in all this, but neutrons is here 1, over here neutrons is plus 1 extra, okay, and neutrons over here is plus 2 extra. So these are called as the isotopes, atoms of the same element, okay, not different elements. It can't be like hydrogen and helium, no, it is atoms of the same element having the same atomic number but different mass numbers. So this is a very famous example of hydrogen. The next example is carbon. Carbon has the same atomic number 6, but the mass number differs by 12 and 14. As well, chlorine has the same atomic number 17, but the mass number becomes 35 and 37. Okay. On the basis of these examples, isotopes are defined as the atoms of the same element having the same atomic numbers but different mass numbers. Okay. Now, many elements consist of a mixture of isotope. Each isotope of an element is a pure substance. The chemical properties of isotopes are similar, but their physical properties are different. For example, now chlorine. Chlorine is occurring in two isotopic forms, that is its atomic mass 35 and 37, okay, in the ratio 3:1. Okay, now what do we take the mass of this element? Okay, should it be 35 or should it be 37? That is the question. In such cases, an average is taken. The average atomic mass of a chlorine atom is this way. So you take the percentage, you take 75%. Okay, so you take 3:1. Okay, so you take 75% of chlorine 35. Is to 1, 75% plus 25%. Okay, so you take 75% of chlorine 35, chlorine 35, and you take 25% of chlorine 37. Okay, now 35 means percentage you have to take 75% of 35. So for that you do 35 multiply by 75 upon 100 plus 37 25 upon 100. Okay, so the final value for this is 35.5 units. Okay, so always when we have to consider the mass, we use this value and not 35 and 37. Okay, we use the average value. This does not mean that any one atom of chlorine has a fraction mass of 35.5. It means that if you take a certain amount of chlorine, it will contain both the isotopes and the average mass is 35.5 units. Means it is not like if you consider one chlorine only, a particular chlorine, that only will have 35.5. Any amount of chlorine you consider, the atom mass will be 35.5. Okay, so this is how you calculate. Now, very important are the applications of these isotopes. An isotope of uranium is used as a fuel in nuclear reactors. Okay, it is used in the nuclear reactor for production of nuclear energy, and is also used for bombardment of the nuclei. Then second is isotope of cobalt is used for treatment of cancer. Okay, these isotopes are used, they are labeled, and they are used to detect the cancerous cell, the tumor containing cells. Then isotope of iodine is used in the treatment of goiter. Okay, so these three applications are important. Now the last concept in this chapter is isobars. Okay, let us see what are isobars. In this, first you consider two elements, calcium atomic number 20 and argon atomic number 18. So over here we have two different elements for isobars. we have two different elements, chlorine and argon. Chlorine has an atomic number 18 and argon has an atomic number 20. Now the number of electrons in these atoms is different, but the mass number of both this is 40. Okay, number of electrons, see, number of electrons is same as number of protons. Okay, but protons are the ones which carries mass, so we consider it in atomic number, but the number which they have is the same. Okay, but it is said that both have the same mass number as 40. Okay, so what can you define from this? What can you come out, what definition can we come out of this? First of all, we can say that these are atoms not of the same element, right? They are of different elements. Atoms of different elements, okay, and they have the same mass number. Same mass number but different atomic number. Okay, so this is the definition for isobar. For isotopes, the definition was atoms of the same element having atoms of the same element. Okay, so first of all, you will see that all are atoms of same element. Having same atomic number but different mass number. Okay, so while writing the definitions, many of the students tend to get confused because the definition, if you go to by heart, then the definition tend to be the same. So what you need to know is, first of all, you need to learn the concepts of atomic mass and number, and then write the examples. Okay, when the examples are in front of your eyes, then it's easier to write the definition. Okay, so very important is the differentiation between isotopes and isobars. So first of all, isotopes are atoms of the same element, isobars are atoms of different element. Isotopes have the same atomic number but different mass number, and isobars have the same mass number but different atomic numbers, and followed by then we have to write the examples. Okay, so this was what is isotopes and isobars. So very important is the differentiation and definition of all this, and also the examples. So here we end the chapter. In this chapter we learned the entire structure of atom, the contributions of scientists, which are very important in exam point of view. Secondly, what is important is the structure of atom, writing the valency, drawing the structure of atom, okay, and finding out the valency of the atom, knowing all the symbols of the elements, at least from the table 4.1, and also knowing the atomic masses and numbers of all the elements, and finally isotopes and isobars, and writing the chemical notation of each element depending upon their atomic numbers and masses and the symbols. Okay, so yes, this is what we learned in this video. So thank you for watching my video. Please like, share and subscribe to our channel.